Okay, quick little video cranking her up. Take you out for a second. We've got no check engine lights coming on or anything. Gauges light up. Cranks right up. Airbag light's flashing, it'll go off. Brake light will go off once I engage the emergency brake. Okay, oil pressure is good. I've got a bed liner for the truck. No smoke. In the mornings, smokes a little bit, but I think that's from when it's cold. Nice quiet engine, no knocks, runs real strong. It's a 4.3, best engine Chevy S10 ever made. We've got 255,000 miles on it, and it runs like a new truck. The guy I bought it from was a mechanic, and he kept the oil change, took good care of it. Runs real good. I had a new transmission put on it. It needs a new shifter cable. The shifter cable works fine that's on it. It just won't go down into first gear. I got under the truck after I got it back. I took it to a local mechanic to have the transmission changed out, and he just didn't do the job right and refused to do the job right. I won't say who he is. He knows who he is, but it really needs a different shifter cable on it. That's the only thing I can figure. But it does shift down when you go underneath it and disconnect the cable. It shifts down into first, no problem. It'll shift through all the gears. Probably $20, $30, $40 item, not sure. I've had new spark plugs. I put them on myself. I put new wires. We have a new water pump. I'm trying to remember if I replaced, I think I replaced the serpentine belt. Don't hold me to that. I'm pretty sure I did. Looks good. I replaced the distributor cap, has a new button, complete tune-up. The power steering pump has been replaced. Air filter's good. Oil is clean. It's ready for an oil change. I haven't put the 3000 on it since my last oil change, but the time has lapsed. We have a newer EverStart battery that I purchased from Walmart. I have a winch on it. I have my cables in here that I hook my winch to, and I run them over the top of the truck. And give me just a second. A little hard to do with one hand. Got a winch back here. It's a Traveler 2,500 pound winch. I've got the remote control. And what I do, I put this board here to keep logs from hitting the truck for if I put a bigger log on here. I hauled all these logs right here, and I've got me a little porta mill right here that you hook a chainsaw up to, and you cut boards like so out of wood. Little hobby I had that I'm getting ready to get a little bit more serious about. As you can see, this is a pretty big log. If that tells you anything. But I can get, I think, like those 3 logs right there. I believe I got all 3 of those. Usually I would get about 3 logs at a time on the truck. And that little winch right there, had no problem hauling it at all. I'm going through this in case somebody gets this truck that cuts firewood, or you've got a hobby of cutting lumber. You're into the sawmills, licensed sawmills and stuff like that. The winch up here, I would hook to that winch back there by the Traveler winch. Hook my cable, these these pulleys, you can pop that pin out and take it out and put your winch wire underneath either pulley. I would pull my log up with that one right there. When I got ready to pull the log off, for instance when I unloaded them over here, I run the winch wire through this cable and back up to the front of the log, and it pulls it right off of the truck. Piece of cake. And I use, for those of you, most of you know what these are, but I'm not exactly sure what they call these, log dogs or something like that. Here's one of these outfits here. That's what you pull your logs with. There's my remote for the winch. I've got the side rails, and I believe I have both chrome pieces if somebody wanted to take off. I've got all of these, and if somebody wanted to take off the rack and didn't want to use this rack, this is a heavy duty rack, and that's why I have it. And it's very good for hauling lumber. You can haul your lumber in here and on top. I haven't been using the truck much. I'm getting a bandsaw mill, and I'm gonna need a 4-wheel drive truck. That's why this truck is going up for sale. If you're interested in the rack and the winch and the toolbox, if you're interested in the porta-mill, I've got it up for sale at a great price as well. I paid $1,200 for that, but since I'm getting into a Timber King bandsaw mill, I'm not going to need that anymore. And I'll be using the bandsaw mill. So if you're interested in that, all you need is a chainsaw and a ladder. The ladder's not for sale, but you might find something you're interested in doing here. And this might appeal to somebody who's into this sort of thing. So I've tried to give you a good walk around. Like I said, I have the bed liner, and I have the plastic part that goes on the back of the truck here. It covers this up quite nicely, and the tailgate looks pretty good. It needs some touching up. If I don't sell it, you know, get any inquiries over the next few days, I'm going to get out here and probably buff this thing out, clean it up real good, and get it looking good. It's a good looking truck, and I might go over the plastic with some plastic paint, buff it, polish it. I've got the plastic pieces here that came loose. I'll fix this, little things like that. Maybe paint the windshield wiper blades. So if you see this a week from now, this video, I'll have a follow-up video showing you what it looks like once I get it done, if the truck doesn't sell. I'm asking $2,500 or best offer. If you have a 4-wheel drive, I'm interested in a 4-wheel drive truck. I really need a truck. I could possibly use an SUV. I have an SUV now, a pretty nice one, but it's not 4-wheel drive. I would possibly be interested in an older SUV, 4-wheel drive. If I could possibly put some racks on top of the SUV, or I might, but I really need a truck. So don't expect too much on trading if you don't have a truck. Most likely this is going to be a cash deal. So here we are. Thank you for watching this video.